Hello everyone, welcome to my channel The Cloud Box. Uh, so before I start to the video, I just want to confirm it. My channel name is The Cloud Box, and in this channel I upload the video related to the data engineering on Azure. So I have a separate the playlist for the Azure. So I have uploaded the data for the basics, what is Azure and what is the resource group and all. How you can create a free lifetime Azure account, sandbox account. I uploaded a video on the Databricks part, how you can connect the Databricks to ADLS, and also in the coming things, I'm just going to upload the video about SQL as well. So in this video, I am just going to talk about inside the mapping data flow, what is the aggregate transformation. Okay, so let's quickly start this video. So you need to open the portal.azure.com and you need to click on the data factory resource, and here you need to open. After you just open it, you will see this page. This is pipeline dataset, data flows, and Power Query. These all are what is this. So these all I have uploaded in my previous video. So I request to please go and watch it. So in this video, we are going to cover what is the aggregate transformation. So let's quickly go and create one new data flow. This one data flow one is already created. This aggregate transformation I'm already using. So we'll take a use of it because this data flow I have created and I'm using, because the reason in my last video, how you can remove the duplicates value from the file. So that video I have covered using the aggregate transformation only. So if you are coming from the data background, or if you are not also, so basically aggregate transformation in college life we have studied, right? What is aggregate transformation? So the aggregate transformation is basically it returns a single value for a whole record. What it means, it's like if you talk about the aggregate transformation, what is this? Aggregate meaning is this. There are few aggregate functions in SQL. We know that is like sum, mean, max, right? AVG for average, right? Count, so far, so on, so far, and maybe apart from this also there would be a more function as well. But more or less we know this type of function. So same in Azure Data Factory, we have Azure Data Flow, right? Mapping data flow. So inside mapping data flow, Microsoft has given a transformation called aggregate transformation. Because this data flow, why we are using this, is a graphical user interface for doing the transformation work with no or minimum coding. Okay, so let me remove all this. Let me quickly remove all this. Here you see we have created a source. Okay, if you do not want, the moment you create a data flow from here, just new data flow, so this blank page will come. Just you need to add the source here, right? And you select a data set. I have already created a parameterized data set, but you can also create a new data set that will be going to point your data set present in ADLS. So I will not go in that part. If you want to see what is the parameterization, you go and watch my video. If you just want, I am just hoping that if you have reached this and the data flow level, so you must have idea about the data set. Okay, so what we are going to do, we have taken a source, and let's quickly go to my storage account. We'll go to our storage account. Sometimes it takes time, so we'll go to container, we'll go to landing. Suppose we have one file present inside the landing, that is order.csv, and in this file there will be some data will be also present. So if you want to see those data, so what we can do, inside the source one, we can just uh, because we have already created parameterization, so what we have to do in the file system. Okay, let me go like this. Just open this inside the landing. Just go with the today's file. In the today's file also we have one file present. Okay, so in this we'll give file system as a landing, and here we are going to give the today's file and just save it and just go for projection. Just import it. Sorry, just go for import projection here. In this video we are going to cover the aggregate transformation, and we'll see mean, max, all those things in the data flow level. Just importing. Okay, sometimes it takes time, but it's fine. Meanwhile it is importing. So if we need to add some of the transformation, we need to click on this plus icon. We'll take a aggregate transformation here, and this aggregate transformation, this will have two part, a group by and aggregate. So in the group by, we need to mention all those columns on which we want to do the aggregate transformation. So suppose if you do not consider the group by, if you are only considering the aggregate, so only one column will be going to return. Okay, so in this case you have see there are 12 columns, and aggregate there are 0 columns. That is fine. So what you want to check, in the group by you are keeping it as a blank, and in aggregate tab you are just giving a name. Let me see what the columns are present. We'll go to inspect and see whether on which column we can do a numeric operation. So you can see order ID, okay, and this unit sold. So if you want to check what is the count of the order ID, so you need to check the count of order ID, and you have created this, and this is going to return a next another column. And here you what you see, just open expression builder. Okay, somehow, but yeah, just count, and in the count you pass this order ID. Now save and finish. So if you want to see the results, right, just go to data preview and refresh. You see count of order ID is coming is 1000. Fine. If you manually want to check this, whether your information is correct or not, because why it can be vary, because you have just given in the data preview the row limit is 1000. If you want to increase it, just suppose we have increased like this, and if you will refresh it, this count will be increased, but in the main output your it's not matters from here inside. So in the main output it is going to result you the actual value only. So if we go to view and edit, and if you want to see the order ID count or any count, so you can see approximately these many records are only, I mean, including the header 1001, so header will be gone. So these many records are only present. Okay, if you want, like, if I reduce this size to 10, and if I want to refresh this, whether count is coming 10 or 1000, that we can check. Okay, so the one aggregate you did for this, and suppose in the next step you want to check aggregate and you want to do the aggregate along with this only, you do not want to use it. So what in the ADF, the ADF in the sense Azure Data Flow or Azure Data Factory, we have something called new branch. New branch in the sense you are going to use the same source in two part. The one source having one different operation, in the same source you are consuming for the different operation. So again you want to uh, do on this, so you can again click on this the branching one part here and you can do it. Yeah, somehow it is not coming for this, but it's fine. I guess we can do it for two part only, I believe. Yeah, two part only. Now you here also you just want to do the aggregate transformation. So aggregate transformation, suppose someone has told, right, I just do not want to count this, so here I want to give count new, and here you want to pass, like if someone is coming from a SQL, so they will have a question like in SQL you used to pass count star, but this count star probably it will not work, because here we need to pass the column name or count one. If I'm just passing the count one, it will work, but for count star it will not work in ADF. So let's see, because count star, why it is not recommended, because it is going to check the all columns and all the records, and then it is going to return your count value. Although it is a relational database, so we assume if we count only one column, so that is record is the same only. You see it, right? Count new is coming 10. Why so? Because we have just checked for one column and we have set the limit here 10. Yeah, here also in the data preview, if we have restricted the limit to 10, so output is coming 10. If we in, because in the data preview it will be restricted, your data will only return to row limit, whatever row limit you have optimized it here. I hope you have understood the count. Suppose if you want to suppose if you want to find the maximum value, right? Suppose you want to find, somehow this window is, but it's fine. Suppose you want to find the maximum value, and we can see what the column on which we can find. Okay, we need to find the maximum price, so we'll pass this max value and see, and here we can change the column name max price, and go and see the data preview. We'll able to find the max. So my intention was to give the idea how you can find this and how you can use this in your project. So you can see the maximum price is 473. So similarly you can find the mean, similarly you can find the sum, similarly you can find the average. Suppose I just want to find the average, so the same syntax we write avg, and here also you can, if you want to change the column name, avg price. Similarly you go and check. Okay, might be you are thinking it is returning one, that is fine. Suppose if you just include all the columns, what is going to happen? Okay, in the group by, if you are including all the columns, so what is, so what I mean, what it will happen if you are just going to include all the columns? So if we just pass Okay, so we have to select all the columns one by one, region as in region, country as in country, and item type. Let's suppose for the three column only. Okay, and aggregate tab you have this average price, and you can see the average price result is coming and it's going to like this, but always you can come here and you can customize it till how many points you want in output. So now we come to data preview, and if we see, yeah, this all column is coming, and you see, right? So on the group by we have added this. So what it is doing on these three columns, basis on these three column, it is returning the average price for these three records. Okay, right? So including these three, it is returning the average price. Okay, hope you understood. So one is so one now is very important practical in thing is like how you can remove the duplicates, how you can find the duplicates. So basically you can do it with aggregate transformation only. Okay, suppose if you have to find the duplicates, so suppose we have a duplicate data, so already I have covered how you can find the duplicates value. So please go and watch those video, and how you can, I mean how you can remove the duplicates. This video I have uploaded using two ways. One is the hashing approach, and one is using, both I have used the aggregate transformation only. One is hashing approach and one is the different approach. So just I request you go and watch this video. So here I am stopping now because it was a basic one. So I just wanted to explain what is aggregate transformation and how you can use it. I hope you like my video. Please stay tuned, and please, if you have not subscribed my channel yet, I request you please do it, because it's not for me, it's for you only. I will upload the video and you will get a notification accordingly. In the upcoming series, I'll just going to cover all the Azure part, and I will try to cover all the things which persons are getting in a ped. So the data bricks, the Azure Data Factory, and the Synapse Analytics, all this part I'm just going to upload with my practical experience. Okay. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for my next video.